Justice and publicity. So it's going to be fun to see what Victorious does now that they've surpassed the 50th show mark. Every show for Victorious has been fantastic. Seasons 1 through 3 have been outstanding. We have seen anywhere from 19 to 21 shows produced for each season, and I think that season 4 of Victorious is probably going to be more successful and fun than season 3, which was probably their best season yet. They got a 1-hour special in there, Tori Goes Platinum. We saw several new tracks debut from Victoria Justice. There's one particular song that I recently posted the music video for on our Twitter. It's called Make It in America, and it really emphasizes on how far a celebrity has to go, or an everyday person really has to go, to achieve publicity and achieve fame. She says she wants to carve her name in the Hollywood sign in that song, and that was probably one of the most notable lyrics in that song, because I think Victoria Justice certainly has done that at just 20 years of age. This February, on I think the 15th, she'll turn 20 years of age, and in the last 5 years of her life, she has done so much. She just recently released a book which she went to Massachusetts to promote. It was amazing seeing her release that book. I mean, when you can release an autobiography on your life at like 19 years of age, that is an amazing accomplishment. That says that you've done a lot, and usually it takes someone years to release an autobiography on their life. There are celebrities in their 60s that haven't done that yet, and it takes celebrities sometimes 20 years of accomplishments to release an autobiography, and now you have people like Victoria Justice and Miley Cyrus releasing autobiographies at 19 years of age, which goes a long way in showing you and exemplifying for you how much they've done in such a short amount of time. Success is achieved fairly quickly in a celebrity's life, but I think that they're very deserving of the accomplishments and accolades that they receive, especially in the way of Victoria Justice, who has exemplified a lot of perseverance and a lot of dedication to what she does. There isn't a day off for someone like Victoria Justice, and I think in 2013 things are really going to pick up for her. She was recently at the Kids' Choice Awards for 2012. Her show Victorious takes home Favorite TV Show by all the kids. That's an amazing accomplishment for her, even to just be nominated in the category for Favorite TV Show for Victorious herself, along with all the other cast members. That's an accomplishment in its own right. And to take home the award for Favorite TV Show certainly says that there's going to be a positive future in store for Victorious, and I think that with all the latest songs that have been released on iTunes for the show, that gives her a tremendous amount of confidence and publicity as well. And one thing about Victoria Justice and her fans is the connection that she shares with her fans is unlike any other connection between fans and a celebrity that I have seen in years. She's always responding to fans' comments on Twitter and Facebook, which is awesome. Twitter.com/Victoria Justice. She's always posting status updates on her Facebook, Facebook.com/Victoria Justice, and she's always acknowledging fans in interviews. There was one interview she did for the red carpet for the United Kingdom for the 2012 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, where she said she didn't expect to take home the award for Favorite TV Show. Just being nominated was a privilege in its own right. But the thing about the interview she did for the UK was she acknowledged several of her UK fans that she follows on Twitter and communicates through tweeting with them on Twitter. That was an amazing thing for her to do. The way that she puts fans on the spot and acknowledges several specific fans is awesome, and along with how she posts status updates and responds to comments and replies to tweets if the tweet interests her is great. She has over 2 million followers on Twitter, and she has millions of fans on Facebook. She has more followers on Twitter and fans on Facebook than someone like Dwayne Johnson, which is a lot of her accomplishments when you have someone like Dwayne Johnson, who's been in entertainment and wrestling for over 15 years, and you have someone like Victoria Justice, who really still has a novelty feeling to her, because there's so much to expect for her in the way of success over the next couple of years, and she has more followers than some of the top celebrities. She's getting up there in popularity when some of the cast members of Victorious have just a little over 500,000 followers on Twitter in the way of Danielle Mont, so I'm truly expecting a lot from Victoria Justice. She's definitely going to get up there in the 4 million, 5 million Twitter follower mark in due time, and I think that a lot of things are going to come her way. We're going to see her land more theatrical deals, which I hope she has more roles that suits her everyday personality and a role she can really get into. She certainly seems to like shooting these holiday shows and holiday movies. We've seen her do movies for Halloween, for Nickelodeon TV, a Nickelodeon original movie, of course, I'm referring to, called The Boy Who Cried Werewolf, and she recently was in Fun Size, a theatrical Halloween release. So I want to see her in films that kind of get away from holiday films in the way of Christmas and Halloween. I want to see things done for her where she's going to have to expand on her character and explore traits that she never even thought possible. I want to see her get away from holiday movies and, make movies that are good for every time of the year. I'm not, too big on holiday films, but I'd really like to see her be in other movies. I'm not saying that her holiday movies weren't successful, but I'd really like to see her try different roles that suit her everyday personality that kind of gets away from holiday movies, in particular Halloween and Christmas. Fun Size was fun, where she loses her brother and has to spend the entire Halloween finding her, and it goes right up until 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, with her friends being a bunch of nerds and herself trying to achieve a lot of popularity. She wants to go to a Halloween party, and as a result, she suffers the consequences by bringing home the wrong guy she takes out trick-or-treating, who was originally her brother dressed up in a Spider-Man costume. They did a lot of work in the way of publicizing this film because they knew it was one of Victoria Justice's biggest roles. She had several smaller roles in theatrical films. She shot in several movies internationally. In Canada, she's shot several. She's been all over the world, and I think it's great when you see young celebrities getting a little bit of international exposure. I know Taylor Swift was over in Japan not too long ago promoting her album Red. She was also here recently in Canada, so there's a lot of stuff going on for young celebrities. When you can land a deal over in Japan in the way of an interpromotional tour, it's great, and the fact that her album Red is taken up, it's awesome too. That's why I want to see Victoria Justice release an album, because you see several celebrities releasing albums, receiving tremendous amounts of publicity. Justin Bieber's album Believe recently received the highest of honors at the 40th annual American Music Awards, taking home several awards for the success of that album. And you have Taylor Swift's album Red, which has been receiving a tremendous amount of international promotion in Japan and in Canada, which is great. And as I just said, when a young celebrity between the ages of 20 to 25 within that demographic can land interpromotional tours in Japan and Canada, that says a lot about how far your career has gone. For updates on Taylor Swift, you can go to taylorswift.com or follow her on Twitter and Facebook at twitter.com/Taylor Swift, facebook.com/Taylor Swift. Victoria Justice is no stranger to receiving international promotion as well in the way of the UK and Canada. I just want to see Nickelodeon stars between the age demographics of 20 to 25 receiving even more international promotion. I want to see more international tours done for stars like Victoria Justice and other Nickelodeon stars that have achieved success in the past, because I think international promotion is a huge thing for a young celebrity, because they can promote their autobiography, they can promote their album, they can promote their TV show, and they get a chance to meet fans they never even thought they had. So I think that interpromotional tours and deals are a big thing for teen idols. There was a time when all the talk was surrounded around Hilary Duff. The most recent thing that happened for Hilary Duff was her pregnancy about a year and a half ago, and since then I've heard nothing positive in the way of Hilary Duff or Lindsay Lohan. And there was a time when someone like Hilary Duff was receiving all the publicity for her show Lizzie McGuire, which was produced by the Disney company, and Lindsay Lohan for all of her work theatrically in the way of movies and celebrity status. But now I think all the focus has gone away from Hilary Duff and Lindsay Lohan, and that's a good thing, because all they're doing now is generating negative publicity when you have people like Miranda Cosgrove and Victoria Justice generating all the positive publicity in the world for the success of shows like iCarly and Victorious, who do have the same producer, but even though they have the same producer and the same traits in the way of a message that the show conveys and the kind of thing that they're trying to portray, I think they're doing a great job with the shows Victorious and iCarly, and I think Victorious definitely has a very positive future ahead for it, along with all the promotion that the cast is doing for the show. You have Victoria Justice landing covers of magazines, you have her doing written interviews, televised interviews to promote various things. Her website, victoriajustice.net, receives a tremendous amount of traffic, and I thought I'd put this video blog together kind of just to extend my profound thanks to the producers of GL Magazine for even considering Victoria Justice to be on the cover. Over the last year, I've been promoting Victorious to get a primetime slot for the show, because I believe the show was very deserving of being in a primetime slot, because you cannot achieve success if you have a show on one night a week out of 7 days a week in a time slot that's very inconvenient. You need to have a show on at least 3 to 4 times on a 7-day week cycle in a prime time slot between 6:30 and 7 Eastern, especially in countries like Canada and the United Kingdom. I got it for them in Canada on YTV. I've thanked YTV a million times over for giving Victorious this time slot, a time slot that Nick Canada won't even give Victorious. And I think that the time slot in Canada for the show Victorious has given her a great deal of success and paved the road of success for her, because since her show Victorious landed this primetime deal in Canada, she has received deals on the cover of magazines like Teen Vogue and GL recently. She's been in the theater with the movie Fun Size. Her show Victorious has released several tracks for iTunes. She's currently in the process of releasing new tracks that have nothing to do with her show Victorious, and it's just going to give us a better idea of what kind of image she's going to be trying to convey over the next, I'm going to say, 10 years. She has received a tremendous amount of success, and it all goes back to the fan support she's received from fans and her show Victorious that recently landed a couple of primetime deals, being shown now from originally once a week to anywhere from 3 to 4 times a week in a primetime slot. Monday through Thursday are crucial nights for Victorious, especially on Mondays when YTV have this How to Rock lineup, including iCarly, How to Rock, and Victorious, and Big Time Rush is also in there as well. So it's great seeing her show receiving a lot of publicity, and along with that, she's getting more fans requests on Facebook, and she's also getting a lot of followers on Twitter that she never had before, and the fan support has been absolutely overwhelming. I venture to say it's very difficult for her to put into words what she feels about her fan support and how she feels about everything that's been so successful for her over the last few years. I mean, it's been amazing. 2012 has been the most successful year of her career. One of the things that jumped out at me about the show Victorious was that the producers of the show, it was almost as if they were leaving the promotional idea up to the cast members. You would see stars like Victoria Justice and Leon Thomas promoting the fuck out of Victorious on their Twitters and Facebook. I didn't necessarily agree with that, because I thought promoting Victorious in the way of Twitter and Facebook was